In many ways, the work of a critic is easy.
This is going to take a lot of pausing, but we'll try and play the whole scene, of course.
We risk very little, yet enjoy a position over those who offer up their work and themselves to our judgment.
See, so something I really want to resist being so overly critical of Ratatouille. How ironic. But do you never think that there is maybe artists out there who do low risk and low creativity artworks? Ones that don't give a fuck at all about what anyone thinks, not because they want to create, but because they want to maybe make money, or that they have to satisfy a particular like contractual thing, or people who just put shit out to put shit out. Like, let's not fucking joke around here. It's been said by a lot of people. Book of Boba Fett is a meme. Like, that TV show was dumb as fuck. It was produced so quickly and without care, with no, like, artistic integrity for basically anybody. I'm not trying to be too mean to a lot of the people who put a lot of effort into, like, sets, or even, like, Tamura Morrison, who was clearly sad about his role in that. I'm, of course, talking about, like, the overall nature of the creation of that thing. It was designed to keep people busy until the next thing. Came out. Yeah, which is also the same thing. Mando Season 3's got the exact same fucking problem. These are like soulless creations that are pumped out in order to keep people busy. Can I not say those things are low risk, or no risk at all, in terms of, like, they're designed to not be risky, they're designed to hopefully satisfy and just be pushed out, and in the same vein, they completely lack creativity. Meanwhile, there are people out there, not necessarily excluding anyone in this call right now, who've created videos that are far more artistic, that are, premised on criticizing those seasons. And so, this is what I mean. I've kind of gone over it before, but it's just a perspective I feel like is lacking from Ratatouille.
If I may say so, I think this is like one of the worst scenes in the movie, because I really take issue with a lot of the things he and the writer are concluding about criticism here. Especially the idea that critics take no risks. They don't put their heart and soul and personality into their work. Meanwhile, all artists do. All artists are bearing their soul for the critic who just says, "Yeah, I don't like it." Yeah. It's like, that's an extremely
It reminds me of
biased.
when Chris Stuckmann got enlightened and adopted a perspective similar to this and said, we have an artist who works countless days, months, whatever, to work on this incredible piece of work, and then we go and watch it and then spend 30 minutes talking about it, and we pretend like we're, like, on the same level. It's like, what the fuck?
We.
Yeah, like,
it's a interesting
spend
word.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, and it's like, no wonder you feel so parasitic at that point. Of course. Like, but, it's just beyond frustrating. It's like, you don't even aware. You, Chris Stuckmann, should be aware more than most of the scope of the content of review. He's had regular interactions, as far as I'm aware, with YMS, who's, the Lion King review. You really gonna call that like that's just a parasitic thing you threw together? Like,
and which, like, people don't have that much, they don't care that much about it. Like, it's not that valuable to them.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, it's lacking. That's all.
I mean, what are you saying about your YouTube channel? If you subscribe to that,
he was the primary example, and so yes, it should have been a lot to take away from that. If not limited to the fact that he feels he's probably a bit of imposter syndrome. Like, how am I here when all I've done is this?
He thinks very little of his craft and what he does, which is a fucking shame.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity to improve it, but the thing is, Chris Stuckmann, like many, treat YouTube as a stepping stone. They're like, now I can use this to prompt my actual career.
Some little thing, and then I'll go on and make a movie.
So the VHS franchise has gone a lot longer than I think some people initially thought it would. The original came out in 2012. That's 11 years and 6 movies. And I always get excited when a new one comes out, especially now that I actually know a lot of the people who are making these movies. And so I do have to say, full disclosure up front, I know like 3 of the people who made some of these. I don't know everybody, obviously. I haven't gotten to talk to some folks, but I have personally become pals with some of the people involved in the making of these films, and I would not be talking about them if I didn't like them. I definitely wouldn't be, even more so than I normally do anyway on my channel. I try to maintain positivity here and look for things that I appreciate about film nowadays and avoid anger and rage just for the sake of views, as you guys know. But when it comes to VHS 85...
Part of the thing with Chris Stuckmann is that he's clearly trying to make sure he's on the good side of people in the film industry, such that like he could work with them because that's what he wants to do. Because there's a taboo in a lot of the entertainment industry about openly negatively criticizing other people's work.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the industry, I've always hated it because it seems like a sort of, I don't know, like a culture of censorship to a degree. Like all these people have negative opinions of movies, but it's just like, oh, don't talk about it because that person might take it personally, and then you'll never work in this town again or something. You know what I mean?
You never work in this town again.
You'll never work. You'll never.
Well, and
you'll
of course,
never
I've been
direct in this town again.
treating the statements and actions and creations from Chris as genuine. But yes, you could assume that a lot of what he's said in the recent years are because he's realized quickly. It's like, I mean, it's not much of a coincidence, is it, that he makes a video about how we should be nicer to directors when he starts properly like directing?
When he wants to start directing.
How curious.
I don't know. I find it
real
strange
pressure.
that
I
he
mean,
would so
I get
significantly devalue so much of his work, though.
It's just so funny to me that you don't need to watch his videos anymore because if he's talking about it, he liked it. Because he doesn't talk about things he doesn't like.
Well,
anymore.
and I was about to
So
say,
you
someone
need
will be
to
like,
watch
well, you can find out the reasons. It's like, I mean, usually half of his video is just saying what the thing was. It's not really...
Yeah, and it was directed by this person, and it was written... Well, I don't know if he often says who it was written by. You know, just a summary of like, facts about the film, rather than...
I think it was his Hill House review, where it was staggering. He talks about, Mike Flanagan made it. Mike Flanagan also made all these things. I like Mike Flanagan. Hill House stars this person who was also in this, and then you're like, wait a minute, there's only a third of the video left. What the fuck? You haven't even talked about what it is. Like, what the? How does this work?